Alright, what's up gamers? Today we're going to talk about Goku's Warp Kamehameha in Budokai 1 because I think this move is a bit ridiculous and I really want to talk about it. So, you know, it's a pretty cool attack. Goku teleports into the air and does a crap ton of damage. It costs 2 bars of ki. And it's a nice attack, but what makes this attack, like, insane is so normally, you know, like, this game has, like, damage scaling when you're, like, in a combo, right? So, like, when you do a Kamehameha, that does, like, half a bar of health, right? But if I, like, do, like, 4 punches and then do a Kamehameha, it does, like, way less damage because of, like, the combo downscaling. Warp Kamehameha is a bit crazy, though, because it resets the damage scaling. Because no matter how many hits you do in a combo, like, it resets the damage scaling, and you get, like, the full, like, almost an entire bar of damage, when, like, normally other moves, like are severely downscaled, like. So what's another move Goku has? He has Super Dragon Fist, 3 bars of ki, that's a lot of ki. You do that in a combo, and Goku's gonna do way less damage. Look, I started the attack. For 3 bars of ki, I only got about a quarter of Yamcha's health. Meanwhile, Warp Kamehameha did almost an entire bar. Alright, pull that up, Jamie. It counts it as a separate combo, so it just fully resets. Also, like I said earlier, Warp Kamehameha is 2 bars of ki, while Super Dragon Fist is 3, so you're doing way more damage for, like, less ki. Now, like, another powerful skill Goku has, the Spirit Bomb. This is his ultimate attack, right? So, Spirit Bomb's a bit funny. So Goku can only use it while he's in one of his 3 Kaioken states. Now the Spirit Bomb is another great attack because, like Warp Kamehameha, it resets the damage scaling. And it does quite a bit of damage. It actually has a higher base damage value than Warp Kamehameha. However, the one stipulation that is important here is Warp Kamehameha can be used in any form, and Spirit Bomb can only be used while Goku's in Kaioken, which means that we can go to Super Saiyan, get that extra 10% damage, and that makes up for the slightly less damage that Warp Kamehameha does for still less ki. Now that's a lot of damage. Now look at this, like, so this is crazy. Here's a full Super Dragon Fist, 3 bars of ki. That's like 1 bar. Alright, now let's do a Warp Kamehameha with the same basic setup combo. That full bar is gonna regenerate, but if this was a real match, that damage would stay. And we get, like, a bar and a third just from the Warp Kamehameha. That's like 2 bars of damage, basically. For 2 bars of ki for 2 bars of health, or we can spend 3 bars of ki to get 1 bar of health. It's a very obvious choice as to which the superior attack is. Also, another thing that makes Warp Kamehameha better than the Spirit Bomb is that Warp Kamehameha can be activated with PPKKE, which is important because Spirit Bomb is activated with the first hit in the chain is a forward punch. And since these skills both ignored combo damage downscaling, we can do this little chain right here. You can do as many chains as you want in a combo as long as the first hit in the chain is a different initial attack. So, like, the first punch right here is a forward P, and the first punch in the chain to do a Spirit Bomb is also a forward P. So when we try and use these together, Yamcha just falls to the ground because The same thing with other attacks. I try and do multiple kicks of the same type, Yamcha just falls over. So if I want to do like a Spirit Bomb combo, I can't do these little 3 extra hits. Meanwhile, if I want to do the Warp Kamehameha, that's perfectly fine. It's another bit of just extra damage I get. Plus, those extra hits also help me build up more ki, plus just the skill costs less ki. It's Goku's best move, basically. And another move which costs the same amount of ki as Warp Kamehameha is Continuous Kamehameha, which does less damage than Warp Kamehameha and also uses forward ki as the startup. So it's an objectively worse option. Basically, for 2 bars of ki, you get an easy to input move, which not only more effective, but also easier to use as the input is much simpler. It's just PPKKE. It's not like impossible or anything to do like the Spirit Bomb, but it's easier to mess up because you can only use it while you're standing behind the enemy, because which you can also mess up too if you're not quick enough. Because there's too much of a delay between some of the attacks. That little kick right there is too slow to connect if Yamcha's standing in front of you, but characters have more hit lag if you're behind them. So you have to get yourself behind Yamcha if you want to use the Spirit Bomb, which it's not hard or anything, but like the timing's like more tricky than like anything you're doing for like the Warp Kamehameha. Just getting yourself behind someone can be a little hard. So it's not crazy hard or anything, but the timing's just a little tight for the Spirit Bomb, so the Warp Kamehameha combo is easier, more effective, costs less ki, saves more ki because, you know, you get more damage, more punches in. It's just the best move in the game, basically. A full combo with Warp Kamehameha does more damage than like what you're gonna get out with the Spirit Bomb for way less ki, and it's an easier to input combo, so it's basically the best skill in the game, which makes all of Goku's other ultimate attacks completely pointless. It's just a little oddity of the first Budokai game, which isn't very properly balanced. But these things are fixed up in the second game and the third game too, which, well, I mean, I think the third game definitely has its share of balance issues, but Budokai 2 is really well put together. Warp Kamehameha costs 3 bars in that game and does less damage, which is unfortunate for all the Warp Kamehameha fans out there like myself. I really recommend playing Budokai 1 if you haven't. I think it's a fun game, and if it's not the most well-balanced game.
Are you ready?